got Corey, a realtor out of Cincinnati, 19 high-quality appointments in just 32 days, implementing a simple 3-part system which allows our clients to get these results consistently. Now, I don't want you to take my word for it, so here's a quick clip of Corey himself.
The first 5 leads that came over, I closed. The volume got too much for us to follow up with, and we just didn't have the bandwidth to do the appropriate follow-up, so I think going back to the ISA route's just the way to go for us right now. We're probably getting 250 every 2 months, so it's like at that point, if we even see a 1% conversion rate out of those,
exactly.
3 months to do the 900.
So how did we actually generate these appointments? Well, we had to generate leads first. Okay, so for our clients, we use meta ads. They're proven, time effective, and data driven. You have to understand that meta ads work, right? Despite any bad encounter, things you've heard, Zillow, an $11 billion company, runs meta ads. You got Realtor.com, Homes.com, so all these big real estate companies, like companies you wouldn't even think need to run meta ads, Coca-Cola, like, you know what I mean? Like meta ads work, all right? So not knowing how to generate and convert online leads is holding you back from predictably scaling your business, all right? So that's why in this video, I'm gonna pull back the curtains and show you the exact system we implemented for Corey. So before we run over the exact campaign that worked for Corey, this campaign we ran between March 4th and April 5th. So we generated 166 leads. Now, before I dive into this exact campaign we set up for Corey to achieve these results, it's super important that I preface one thing. You can create everything that I'm about to show you, word for word, image for image, everything the exact same. The odds that you're going to get different numbers is very, very high because there's a lot of data that went behind creating this campaign, and everyone has different goals, everyone has different offers, copy that they want to run. So after I actually show you the exact things that worked for Corey, I'm also going to show you how you can go and get the data yourself for the images that you want to work, for the offers that you want to use, and ultimately for the goals that you want to achieve. All right, because some people might want higher quality leads than we generated for Corey. Some people might want different quality appointments. They might want people to just, book in their calendar. There's tons of different things you can do, all right? So after I actually show you what worked for Corey, I'm also going to show you how you can get these numbers yourself to figure out what'll work best for your specific needs and your specific wants when running meta ads. For the sake of keeping this video short and really value compact, I'm just going to run over the valuable stuff and exactly what we did for Corey. I'm not necessarily going to explain why it works because it's just like the data said so, like with all this testing and stuff we did, which I'll explain after the fact. But let's go ahead and dive into the campaign. So the campaign part is very simple. You're basically just titling the campaign, selecting some categories and stuff. Super self-explanatory and simple. You'll be able to figure that out, no problem. The ad set, this is where we're basically doing like our targeting and our placements and everything. So we did just narrow 25, instant form, select your page, set your daily budget. We did $25 a day. For testing purposes, you can start at 10 to 15 to just start collecting data in your area. Once you find a winning ad and really want to scale it, I wouldn't recommend spending anything below $20, $25 per day. It also just really depends on the numbers you want to achieve. For the locations, super simple. We just threw down a pin. Again, there's really no reason why we chose this specific thing other than just the data. We tested a couple different spots, and this is the pin that gave us the best data back. For detailed targeting, typically we do this kind of across the board if we're going to do detailed targeting. Sometimes broad wins, which means no interest at all, but like Realtor.com, mortgage calculator, mortgage loan, first time buyer, Trulia, Zillow, and pre-qualification. Languages, you can, choose whatever you want here. If you want some Hispanic leads, you know how to speak Spanish, then obviously, again, all this stuff you can completely tailor to the way that you want to run things. We always do manual placements. Really doesn't matter. You can split test this as well, but typically across the board, we do Facebook feed, Instagram feed, and Facebook Marketplace. And that's basically everything for the ad set for this campaign in particularly. So for the ad, again, give it a title, select your Facebook page. We're going to do single image or video. And then this is the image that we use. So it's very, very simple. We did a picture of a home, and what we did was we split test multiple homes. So we tried like 7 other different types of homes, and this was the one that was bringing us back the highest click rates, the highest, lowest cost per result, lowest CPM, all of that stuff. And then our copy was super simple. You can see it right here. I'm not really going to read it out, but you can pause the video, see it, copy it down on a scratch piece of paper, whatever you want to do on a Google document. But I'll blow it up here real quick for you guys so you can kind of see it. Boom. Mention Cincinnati and surrounding areas. Click below for a free list of the top 100 homes near you under 300K. See more. And then basically what we did was just research. We also split test a bunch of stuff, guys. So there's so much testing that goes into this that kind of it just runs over in my head because I'm so used to it. But for example, 300K, we split tested like different price points like 250, 350, all this stuff you have to test and get data back. But yeah, so this is the image we ran. This is the copy that we did. Headlines, we split tested 3 different headlines. Facebook's basically just you don't get numbers back for these. Facebook just puts whatever is working best. So click to get your list, homes under 300K, get your free list here. The call to action, learn more. And then the instant form, we split tested. We've tested a bunch of different instant forms. We were just kind of going for lead volume because the way that our backend system works to actually convert these leads into appointments. And so our lead form was super simple. It just looked like this right here. So no greeting or anything. Get live prices, photos, details, and more. First name, email, phone number. No questions, and then thanks, you're all set, and then you can visit their website down below if they wanted to. They have a pretty good website, so we were also driving traffic to their website as well. And yeah, that's basically the ad setup. So it's nothing crazy what you'll notice, but the main thing is testing and finding what's going to work for you in your market with your offer. For example, you might not want to do a customs homes list. Maybe you want to do a buyer's guide or a home evaluation, right? All that stuff you have to test, and all that is going to be different. So that's the ad setup. Now let's run over how you can actually figure out what'll work best in your market, right? What type of ad sets will work in your market, and how to test different targeting and different placements and different interest, and how to test different images, how to test different ad copies and subject lines, and lead capture forms. Now, one thing I did forget to mention that is obviously really important is once you collect these leads, they need to go somewhere to a database or something. So when someone fills this out, we're sending them over to a CRM. And we're also going to run over, after I show you guys how to collect data for yourself and figure out what's working in your own market so you can run winning meta ads to generate leads for yourself, I'll also show you the systems we have in place to actually follow up, nurture, and convert these leads we generate within our CRM, and then also the callers, commission-based callers we put in place to convert these leads as well, because all of this is optimized, all of this is automated. You don't have to do anything if you don't want. Everything I'm showing you how to set up can be replaced or can be hired for, and that's the main part of scaling a business is everything you do and build out, you should be able to hire someone to do that same thing. You should be able to create trainings on it. And that's exactly what the system allows you to do. So let's go ahead and run over how exactly you can figure out what works best in your market so you can create your own winning meta campaign. So I've just showed you that entire winning campaign we used to generate those leads for Corey. And remind you, I'm going to show you how we actually converted those leads into appointments right after this. But I'm sure you guys had the question like, okay, that's great. That worked for Corey in Corey's market with the homes list offer. How can I find my winning ads? How can I find something that works for me in my market with the offer that I want to run? And so that's what I'm going to kind of explain to you how you can do here. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you an example with another client that we're running ads for in Florida. And I'm going to show you a good example of how we do that. So if you remember over on the Facebook ads, we have campaign, we have ad set, and we have ads. All right. So basically what we want to do is underneath our campaign, we want to test multiple ad sets, because that's going to be our targeting and stuff. So that would look something like this. So under each campaign, you can have like 3 ad sets that are all testing different radiuses, for example. So one has a 15-mile radius, one has a 20, and one has a 25-mile radius. And then underneath each of those ad sets where you're testing targeting, you can also be testing different types of ads. So this could be the 15-mile radius, and this could be one type of home, a single family, just a different type of home, which when I show you this partner in Florida that we're split testing for right now, it'll make a lot more sense. But we're testing the targeting up here with the ad sets, and then under each ad set, we're also testing something different with the ads. This could be, like I mentioned, the home. So we could be doing 3 different types of homes. We could be doing different copy. So what the person actually reads underneath the photo or above the photo. You can be split testing a bunch of different variables here. And so you can kind of see how we would be able to depict like, okay, this ad set is getting the highest click-through rate. So that means that this here, we'll just go ahead and put a green here so we know that that's the winning ad set. And then maybe across all of the ad sets, home 3 is doing the best. And then so what that actually does is it narrows down to like, okay, this ad set and this ad is working great. Let's keep running that. and now we can split test other stuff, because this ad might have got $10 leads, $15 leads, $9 leads, again 15, maybe 10, and then this one got $6 leads, and it stood out against all of the data. And so that's how you actually find what works best for you and everything, the offers that you want to run, what offer worked better. And if this is a little bit confusing, let me go ahead and switch over to that partner we're split testing right now actively in Florida and kind of explain it within the Facebook account a little bit. So to give you guys a little bit more of a really realistic example, I have a client here that we just started running ads for on the 8th, and today is the 19th, so 11 days ago. And right here, we're on the campaign page. And if we go over here to the ad set page, if we click on one of the campaigns, so this is the first campaign that we ran for her, and then we go to the ad sets, we can see that we put her daily budget was $15 a day for the testing phase. So we split $5 in each ad set. And what we're doing in each ad set is we're testing different types of homes. And then we're also testing narrow. So what narrow means for us personally is that we're using interest targeting, which means we have interest selected here, first time buyer, mortgage calculator, those things that we ran over. And for example, in the other ad set I'm going to show you, we're testing broad, which means basically what we do is we just come in here and delete all these interest and just let Facebook do the targeting for us. In some markets, broad works better, in some markets, narrow works better. So this is just something that you have to test. So if we exit out here and we come to the second campaign and we go to ad set, we can see that we're testing the same homes, the same home images, but we're testing broad. So if I click into broad here, we'll go down. We have no detailed targeting set. So we have no first time home buyer or anything like that. So that's what we're testing for this partner right now. And what we can do is if we exit out of all these and we just go to the ads level, what we're able to do is we can see like all these different types of ads. We have, the narrow, home 1, broad, home 3. All of these are going to be getting different numbers here on this screen. Again, there's tons of Facebook videos out there that explain what each of these numbers mean. Like click-through rate is the percentage of people that are clicking on the ad that actually see it. And what we do is we take these numbers and we basically just look at what numbers are better, right? And this is what I mean by predictably scaling your business based off of data, right? This is how you scale a business, is like off of data, not just, I think this email will do better, or I think this CMA report will do better for this. So this is what I mean by predictably scaling your business with data. When you send a postcard in the mail to a home, you never really know if that home actually even got the card. You don't know if that person actually opened it. You don't know if it's the headline of the card that did good. You don't know if it's the picture on the card that did good. So it's all about collecting data, especially in today's day and age. Being on social media is super important, and it's scalable, and it's not going anywhere, right? The old-fashioned ways are just going to keep fading away. So there's no point in sticking to that, obviously, unless you're retiring maybe within the next 5 years, then you don't really have to make a big pivot, right? But the newer generation of real estate agents and marketing, this is what you need to be doing, a similar system, right? If it's not this exact thing, obviously there's tons of things that work, but it's something similar to this where you can collect data and make decisions based off of real data with all these tools that were provided. And so we can see here, if we come over here to the side, what we're actually able to do is select the cost per result from lowest to highest. And right away, we see that this number right here stands out from all the other numbers. This ad is getting $5.71 cost per lead. And if we come over to it, it's broad, home 2. So out of all these, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different ads, so 6 ads in total, we've tested just in 11 days. Remind you, sometimes you test for months and months and months, and imagine how much data you can get. And imagine how low you can get your cost per lead to get, right? So this ad's already standing out. So we now know that broad targeting in home number 2 is doing well. So we can now put more money behind, like right now, we could just go ahead and put our whole budget behind that and go all in now. Or we can take another couple weeks, test more homes, test more targeting, different offers, different copy, and see if we can get this number lower. But that is how you split test, and that is how you find what works in your market for you, right? We are running a different type of offer for this partner than we were for Corey, right? And that's just how it works. You have to figure out what type of images you want to use. All that stuff is going to be completely different from someone else. And so that's how you go in and you actually find your own data. You find what actually works best in your market for you and how you're able to scale your business kind of the way that you want it. So you're like, Mason, you showed us the exact campaign you used to get Corey 166 leads in 32 days, how to split test and get these results for ourselves, for, our own personal requirements, our own offers, and our location. You showed us how we need to test and get data, but how did you actually turn 166 leads in just 32 days leads into 19 appointments, right? Because there's no secret that the reason meta ads have a bad rep is because of the low quality, right? The statistics have come out, right? That the meta ads and online leads are just a lower quality. It is what it is. And that's okay. The upside of the ROI and the predictability, you have to have a system like this. And that's why it's so important in regards to scaling. How did we convert these leads into appointments? All right. So as soon as a lead comes in from an ad for one of our partners, it goes straight to our CRM. And we have commission-based callers set inside the CRM that get notified as soon as the lead comes in. Hey, this partner got a new lead, go give them a call ASAP. And basically what this caller does is calls the lead, they pick up, and they instantly go into, I saw you filled out our ad on Facebook, are you looking to purchase a home? And they pre-qualify the lead. You can hire these people $3, $6 an hour out of, Philippines, South America, Bangladesh, whatever it is, to call all of these leads on your behalf. They can make up to 150, 200 dials per day for you. And this is a very simple process. You don't have to worry about them losing you sales. That's not what's going to happen, because what they actually do is they just book in the appointment, and you obviously have to tell them how to provide value, explain to them what we'll do for them. And you hire a commission-based caller to call all of these leads, and you only pay them when they actually set you an appointment. They can make 150 dials for 3 days and not make a single one, but you're going to pay them when they actually set you an appointment. And I'll leave an example of what one of these calls would be like down in the description. I don't want to run over it because I'll link one of a call recording down below of what one of these conversations would look like. But it's that simple. You have someone that calls the leads, and then obviously in the CRM we have a bunch of follow-up and nurture systems to activate and re-nurture this lead. But the main point, the main reason we're able to book all these appointments is because we have a full-time or even part-time if you're not generating a crap ton of leads. 166, that could be part-time for maybe the first 3 months, and then after that, once you have about 500 leads in the pipeline and growing, you would probably need to do full-time, and then you get into hiring multiple ISAs. But you set a commission-based ISA in the CRM to call all of the leads on your behalf, and then set up an appointment or live transfer the phone call so you can set the consultation. Depends on, again, all on the process that you want to run. And that's how we turned 166 leads into 19 appointments. That simple. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is show you, again, there will be a call down in the description of this call process and how that works. But what we'll also do is go ahead and run over the process that happens inside of the CRM, the text messages, the emails, and the follow-up and nurture systems that need to be set in place to also, because all of these leads did not get converted on that one first initial phone call. There's a lot of leads out of these 19 appointments. These leads, each of these appointments booked probably got called an average of 6 to 8 times before actually booking an appointment, all right? There's not a lot of appointments that get set on that first initial screening call. You have to have a system in place on the back end, text, emails, and stuff that these people actually get that activates them. Then they get a call, they see it's a familiar number or that they've been texting, or you ask them if you can give them a call at a specific time, then that appointment's set. So let's go ahead and run over what it is exactly that we do on the back end when the lead actually comes in regards to like organization, texting, and actually converting this lead into an appointment or getting this conversation warmed up for our ISAs to be successful with this lead. Alrighty, so here we are in our CRM. If you're familiar with it, we use Go High Level. Not really any particular reason, it's just the CRM we use. Any CRM you use will probably have features like this. Follow-Up Boss, Salesforce, HubSpot, Keller Williams CRM, I think it's called KV Core. Any CRM will do as long as it has fundamental send text. Did they respond? Are they interested? You can update them. Simple fundamental stuff like that. And by no means is this automation right here that I'm going to show you bulletproof, but hopefully it gives you an idea of what you kind of need in place to activate and convert online leads. Because this isn't your traditional, like, just send a text once a week and then an email every, day for the first 2 months. Like, this is it's more of a gruesome process than something you might do for a referral that's died off a little bit or something, all right? So this is the buyer's campaign because the ad. So let's go ahead and dive in here. So the trigger is tag buyer. So I'm using this buyer automation because the ad I showed you was a homes list. So we are getting buyer leads for that. And so that's the trigger, whatever the trigger is for you is what it is, right? All this stuff is customizable to however you want your system set up, right? It's then going to update the lead in the pipeline so we know where this lead is, what stage they're in. It's going to add some notes depending on the offer that they came in on. So the notes might say, hey, this lead came in on a homes list offer from Facebook or Instagram. Personally, we're dabbling around with AI, so we just turn an AI on. And then our ISAs, the commission-based callers that we put in place, then get a notification. Hey, a new lead just came in. You need to call this person. It then waits 1 hour to see if an appointment or a live transfer was set for our partner. If it was, then it gets moved to the appropriate stage and it's removed from this workflow. If they didn't get live transferred or booked in for an appointment within the first hour of coming through, it waits for business hours, 8 to 6 p.m., and it basically just says, hey, first name, it's agent. So all this stuff is customized that we do. Obviously, this stuff will be a little bit different from a real estate agent perspective. If you're a marketing agency, this stuff will look more similar to what I have. If you're a real estate agent, this stuff everything still applies, but it just looks a little bit different because it's all for your business. Maybe if you have team members, this will be a little bit, or a team, this will look more familiar to you than if you're an individual agent, but everything is personalized. So, hey, first name, let's say the lead's name is John. Agent's name is Mason, all right? Hey, John, it's Mason. I just saw you inquired about that list of Cincinnati homes on Facebook. Were you able to access it all right? Boom. As soon as they become a lead, it's waiting an hour to see if they get live transferred or not. And then it's saying, hey, just saw you inquired about that list. Were you able to access it all right? You could do this a little bit earlier. If you want your callers being on top of it, you could do 15 minutes. You could do 30 minutes. But you get a lot of people that say yes, no, and that makes that initiates a heartbeat, right? It initiates a heartbeat, and then what we're able to do is either call or text back and say, oh, so sorry you didn't get it. Could I give you a call to see what your needs are, what you're looking for in a home, and then so I could shoot you over a list? Or you can say, okay, I'll give you a call in 5 minutes, right? All we're looking for is just a heartbeat, and we're trying to convert this lead and further the sales process. They get an email similar to that text. Then what it does is it waits 1 day. Did they respond, or have they been booked in for an appointment yet? If no, then it waits for ideal time, and it just says, is this name? So we're looking for a response here. Again, we're just looking for a heartbeat. We're looking for a text so we can text back. We're looking for a text so they'll answer our phone call, right? Email is similar. Waits 2 days. Did they respond? Have they been converted to an appointment or transfer yet? Hey, John, didn't get a chance to hear from you yesterday. Please shoot me a text when it's convenient for you. Just want to make sure you're taken care of. Again, just chasing a response. And this repeats itself for days, right? Wait 6 days. Wait 14 days. Waits 5 days, right? And then we're throwing them into a 70-day email nurture. After that email nurture, we're going to try to provide value to them again. We're going to say, hey, just got some off-market properties. You still in the market to look to buy? Again, this isn't bulletproof. We're a marketing company. There's some real estate agents out there that have been in the game for 30 years that have year-long sequences built out with absolute value that are battle-tested to the ground, backed by data. But the main reason I'm showing you this is just to show you a type of system you should have in place when dealing with your online lead generation, all right? And there will be an affiliate link down below. If you want to test out Go High Level, I'll send you over some free real estate snapshots. It'll actually be just like this exact one that I just showed you. If you want to check that link out, it'll be down below. Instead of a 14-day trial that High Level usually gives you, with my link, you get a 30-day trial. So you have 30 days. Test out the software. If you don't like it, you can just cancel and you don't have to pay a penny. But that will be down below. Shameless plug. But yeah, you just have to have a system like this in place and then, for example, when someone responds to a workflow, if the lead responded, it notifies the ISA. Hey, this person just responded to a text. Go to them. Go convert them. Right? It's not they have to be monitoring the conversations tab the whole time. They just get notified. So they can be doing the highest leverage thing, which is calling. Boom, they get a text message or an email that someone responded. Okay, let's go call that person now. But that's basically everything A to Z, right? That's A to Z. We generate the leads. We put a caller in place to call all of those leads. We have a back-end system to text, email, and tell our callers when people are active, right? And all this can be automated. You can do some higher leverage things like calling the leads and creating the ads and stuff like that. And you can also outsource it and just train on it. So that is how we got a normal real estate agent out of Cincinnati, 166 leads and 19 appointments in just 32 days. If you like that video and it provided you some value, either from a real estate agent standpoint or someone who markets for real estate agents, there will be some links down below in the description to help you out. If you want to implement this system as a real estate agent, there will be a link down there to schedule a call with the team. If you want some one-on-ones with me from a marketing perspective, there will be a link down there below. Again, just if you got value from this, I'm going to be posting videos more commonly. If you want to turn on the notification, that would be absolutely awesome. If you found value in this video, you can always turn it off. If you would subscribe, it's completely free, and you can also always unsubscribe. But that